Hello everybody, it's Mackintosh here and welcome back to another one of Lucas's 8-Bit Battles, a series of videos in which I play a random 8-bit game to see how far I can get, and I'm carrying on with Batman Returns for the Nintendo Entertainment System. So this is going to be commentary done after I've done the gameplay. The reason being, I'm on 5-1 and I'm trying to get to 5-2, which is the Penguin boss fight, or one of the Penguin boss fights, and it proved to be very, very difficult. So it took me several hours to actually complete the level. So I was actually on it last night at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I actually managed to crack the level, and I just did it by the skin of my teeth. I managed to beat the Penguin. However, there is like another boss fight on like, I want to say stage 6, I think, so we're getting closer now to the end of the game. I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to check out one of my retro Let's Play videos. I really appreciate it. If you are indeed enjoying my content and would like to see more, then why not hit that subscribe button, because what it means for you lovely people is you'll be instantly subscribed to my channel and notified every time I upload a new video, and I've got great new content like this coming each and every single week. Alright, so I hope you guys are having a great new year so far. It's been absolutely cracking for me. Again, I'm just keeping busy as usual, so I'm going to try and get as many videos up as I can every single week. If I've got a few days where I don't, then it's just because I'm working on new content. I'm currently working on another review, and that should be up in the next couple of days. So here we go guys, stage 5-1, the Penguin's armies, and we're looking for the remote control. So that's one of the biggest mysteries in life. Where is the remote control? Why can we never find it when we need it? A bit like my keys really, I can never find my keys. So yeah, this level is very daunting because some might say unfair. You get tons of enemies. We've got more acrobatic ladies to take out, spammy knife throwing ladies, and again they look like they're holding a candle, but they're actually, one of them's actually holding a knife, and they can do like Neo-esque moves as well. So what is this, the Matrix? So Batman and the Matrix, what a cool sort of double bill that would be. Hollywood, if you're listening, you need to make that movie. Batman and Neo would make a great team. So yeah, there's like, I think this level is a little bit too spammy. It's not impossible, and I think I've seen reviews of this game and people are like, oh, it's too tough. It's actually, yeah, I will agree it's tough. It's not really tough. Basically, the game just forces you to play better and to think more strategically, because it's easy to think that this is just a generic beat 'em up, and it kind of looks that way, but there is a bit of strategy as well, in which, you know, you can kind of move up and down and move out the enemy's way, and sometimes you can fool the enemy and take them out and not take any damage. I do agree there might just be too many enemies on this stage, but as I said, I'm not saying this because I've completed this and the boss stage. I'm saying it because it can be done, trust me. I just basically had to knuckle down and get on with it. I did watch like some YouTube videos, basically just to get some pointers on how to beat the Penguin in his duck, and to be honest, it's not as hard as it looks. It seems really intimidating at first. Now, regular viewers of my channel will know that I've done Batman Returns on the Sega Master System, and the final boss fight is the Penguin in a duck, and in this it's not the final fight, but he's in a duck. So because the Master System version, like, you can't move up and down, you can only move left and right. In this version you can move up and down, and that's one of the secrets to actually beating the Penguin in this game. Because I was so used to the Master System version, when it came to facing the Penguin in this game, I was kind of trying to do the same thing, and it doesn't work because they're two totally different games. So, you know, I have to say though, the graphics on the Penguin looks amazing. His duck looks incredible. And here we are, more of these dash ladies here. As I said, it's all about the energy basically, trying to keep as much energy as you can. I have to say, this is fast becoming one of my favourite ever games. At first it was a little bit of a slog to work out what to do, but once I got used to the controls, this is the sort of game, you know, I could play all the time personally. I did learn that there's like 3 endings or something, so it might be worth me trying to get those 3 endings, work out how to do it. Basically, I think you I think it's based on how many times you die or something like that, but I think that just applies to one run. I don't know, like if you do a straight run for the game and like don't turn it off and don't use passwords. I think if you use passwords, and I think you get the good ending by default, I don't know, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, I could seriously play this game again. It's a lot of fun, and as I said, there's lots of challenge. The moves are just, I wouldn't say they're perfect. Sometimes I find it hard to quick turn. I don't know why I have so many trouble doing that on Batman games. The developers just make it so difficult. Like even on the Master System version, you can't quick turn. You probably can on the SNES though, I should imagine. Anyway, let's venture forth through the mean streets of Gotham, and let's take out these bluish enemies. These are the ones that can jump you. You need to be so careful here. So as you can see, sometimes the best defense is a good offense, so going up to the enemies straight away and just whacking them helps. If you back off too much, then it's like they will just beat you to death. They will rinse you of your energy, and sometimes in this game you've got to take a bit of punishment. Also, as I've discovered, for every 10,000 points in this game you get an extra box, or if your energy bar isn't full, it'll fill up your bar for you. Okay, so the radio waves are coming from this building, or radio wave the signal is, so I need to get my hands on the remote control. But we've got these little guys, these little bearded purple guys, and they're the most spammiest enemies on the game. And because I can't always look closely to see what's going on, I kind of thought they were blowing blow darts like towards the end, but in fact they're like bazookas, but they look nothing like bazookas. I mean, like, they could have at least added in some explosives to let you know what they were. But anyway, also I've discovered as well that there's lots of secret hearts that I just haven't been getting. So I've been talking early on about how this game's really tough and stuff, and that you don't get much health. There's health kind of hidden in the most unlikeliest of places. I saw a review of this online, and like there's one like I think in the cat's eye when you go into Shrek's department store. There's one in the apartment. So this game is fair. So I was under the impression that, oh, it's not very fair, you know, when I was first playing it, but you know, reflection and hindsight, which is a wonderful thing, this game is fair. You know, it basically says, look, you can beat this game, it is tough. All we're asking is that you play as best as you can, try and conserve as much health as you can. If you lose too much health, I think that's the problem. People lose too much health and they say, oh well, this game's a bit too tough. Trust me, yeah, it's tough, but it's not insanely tough. It can be done, and I'm saying that because I'm not a really good games player, if I'm honest. I'm sort of average, but if I can do it, then you know, you guys can do it. And I hope this video or these videos help, you know, reinforce that point. If you're trying to play this game, it can be done. And I'm going to struggle on Final Penguin boss, I know that much, but I'm just going to keep at it, so hopefully I'll be able to crack this game pretty soon. Let me just take out these women. Sometimes, as you can see, I get lucky with the patterns. I'm able to just knock them down, and they kind of acrobat and fly in, and I stand in one spot and then I can knock them out. Now these guys are spammy. These are the ones I was talking about. They look like they're blowing darts, but they're actually bazookas. I can see it now, but you know, look at that. And the game always spawns like one extra guy when you take one out, so I would consider that a good pattern. So I've nearly got the 10,000 points I needed. So this is going to take me about 2 attempts, I think, to do 2 or 3 attempts. But you know, within this sort of half an hour video, which will be split up, of course, you will see me fail, but you will see me succeed as well. So it actually went really well. So I've got all this footage of me kind of dying. This was probably my most successful run in the game. But yeah, really like this game, to be honest. It's fast becoming one of my favourites. Fantastic beat 'em up. Very underrated, I think. People have said it's not as good as the SNES version. Well, the thing is, it's like you can't really compare this to the SNES, because it's like saying, I don't know, a Robin Reliant, you know, comparing it to a Ferrari. You can't really, because they're different cars, and you know, like the NES and the SNES. The NES is half the power of the SNES, to be honest. And to try to say, oh, you know, it's not as good as the SNES version, it doesn't have this and that. Both versions are good in their own right. I mean, like, I think Konami did a sterling job on this game. Alright, I think some enemies could be a little bit more detailed, but I think they mapped the buttons really well. Everything looks great. They've got fantastic cutscenes in this game. There's a lot of attention to detail. You know, you get a lot of that gothic sort of architecture, which I have found in previous Batman games. So they did a really good job, personally. I think it's one of those games that people play once and they're like, oh, you know, it's just too tough. But I found that if you just give it a chance and play it multiple times, it does sort of open up a little bit. You know, I will say that because when I was on the Penguin, as I said, and I was trying to beat him in his duck, I was literally thinking, oh my god, maybe the reviews were right, this game's just super tough. But once I figured it out what to do, which is what the game expects you to do, then this game sort of opens up. You sort of start taking down the tougher enemies you didn't realise you could. So it does give you that sense of achievement. And again, challenge as well, you know, so my kind of opinion of this game's changed as I've played it more and more. Right, the first penguin, this is it now, the penguin duck boss. I'm going to fail here, but check it out. This boss fight, it can be tricky to know what to do. First of all, I chucked a load of batarangs at him, and I was so in awe because I thought this looked so good, just like the Master System version. It's that green beam that the duck throws out that's really annoying. So this is like after subsequent attempts. This is probably not a great attempt, but better than, you know, my other attempts, because I would die straight away. You can kind of kick the duck, and you're supposed to damage the duck. You're not supposed to damage the penguin. You have to get rid of the duck. But as you can see, that's pretty good, because I've literally, even though I died, I took his energy down, so it shows progression. So I'm quite happy with that, actually. I remember thinking, that's great, you know, I've died, but it's a start. And that's the way you've got to think about it, about this game. You know, you have to look at all the small things and think, well, I took down his energy a little bit, therefore I'm learning how to play this game. That's kind of what you've got to do. You know, which is, it's not always easy to see when you've got all these enemies to beat. But even this got a bit easier, this section here. I started to learn how to best to beat the ladies a lot easier. So this bit really opened up, and I was actually able to save a bit of health for the penguin, so not too shabby. As I said, the better you play, the more you're rewarded anyway, so I think it's possible to get like multiple boxes on here, but I think you've got to be really good for that. I'd love to be in a position where I can get like an extra box. That would be so cool, like 2 boxes on top of my energy bar. So that's something I'll probably work towards, I think. But I want to get like proper good at the game first. That means completing it. It's sort of game that I want to know inside and out. Right, you want to hop in the bin. One thing I love about this game is those batarangs. Using them, I've kind of got used to how to use them now. I always save them for bosses, basically. That's what you want to do. You don't want to kind of use them on standard enemies, because, trust me, the enemies, as tough as they are, they can be taken down. The bosses need the batarangs more. You know, you need to drain their health, because this game's got like a it's like the enemy boss meter. It's like you hit them and it doesn't seem to be doing any damage. It's like you have to hit them enough times to earn the right to break the meter and turn their meter to green first before health goes down. So it can be a bit annoying, because you're spamming them and you're like, why aren't I taking energy off? And you are hitting them, but you've got to take their energy bar down. You have to break through, essentially. Let's get rid of these enemies. Oh my god. I'm doing really well, look at that. I've only got lost a smidgen of health, it's great. And I anticipated the dash ladies there. Sometimes you can kind of get them right when they go through the door. So that's pretty good. This is attempt number 2 anyway, so I would consider this a good run personally. I'm probably not going to do it this time, but I would say it's a good run. Come on. Come on. So yeah, after you beat the penguin, there's a cool bat boat stage as well, so I'll be doing that. Sort of a bonus kind of mission in which you can kind of pick up hearts and power-ups and items and stuff, so it's a great little level, very sort of fast. And some people have made comparisons to Sewer Surfing level in TMNT Turtles in Time, and it certainly feels like that. Anyway, let's take down these mummified clowns, or whatever they are. I just call them Gibdos, as you guys know. So let's just knock them down. There we go, beautiful. So you do it. Come on, come on, come to your Uncle Batman. So yeah, I must have paused it there for a reason. There we are. It's really weird watching footage of myself and not actually being in the action. Hopefully I'm going to do a live version of when I actually beat the penguin, so I'll definitely look forward to that. I have sort of been on YouTube and had a look at the fight. It doesn't look too difficult. I mean, it might take me a few tries, but it looks achievable. I reckon I should be able to do it. Okay, so the radio wave again is coming from this building, so the more you play through this level, the more you sort of get into it, you get used to it essentially. At first it's really overwhelming with all the bad guys, and you're thinking like, oh my god, there's this set of bad guys and that set of bad guys, but it becomes routine after a while. You just get used to it. So as you can see, even though I've lost some health, I can kind of regain that. There's like a heart in this table thing here, which I can actually get. But I want to just get rid of these enemies first, because I don't want to kind of get the heart and then get hit. Again, I'm going on the offense here. Knock them out. There you go. Oh yes, that's perfect. Look at that. That couldn't have gone any better. Those guys really annoy me. Okay, is it the ladies now? Is it more? Oh, it's more Gibdos. Okay, we'll take them out. The brown ones are fine. I love the brown ones because they're harmless. They just walk towards you and you can just easily bash them. They haven't got any nasty tricks up their sleeve. A lot of the enemies here are just palette swaps, and you have to try to identify the different colours and like what they can do. Oh, these mummy ladies are annoying. That's what they look like anyway.